Good afternoon. G-Force Friday. G is for gratitude. Gratitude, I believe, is one of the strongest principles we can apply in our life. And when you understand the power of gratitude, these are the principles I teach in my coaching. And it was taught to me to recognize the power of gratitude. When I talk with individuals from all walks of life, all levels of success, they always go back to gratitude. Be grateful for this moment, because this is the most valuable time that you have in your life. There's no guarantee about tomorrow. Be grateful for right now. You know, gratitude negates negativity. It gives hope. It gives inspiration. It changes perspective on how you look at the world. When we have difficulties, go to gratitude. It will give you a different perspective, because now you have a place of a new perspective. So gratitude is a very powerful principle. And today I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to introduce to you here in a moment a very special young man that when you hear his story, you'll recognize his gifts that he brings to this world. And I was introduced to Ben by Andrea Paz, and I said, yes, I want to interview Ben. He will make an impact and help improve people's lives with his story. And so without any further ado, Ben, put your hand up there in the green room if you're ready to go, buddy. He is ready. So here we go. Ben Levin. Hey, Ben, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, Tom. How are you?
Oh, I am jumping out of my skin with excitement. I'm so grateful to have you here. Diving, we're going to talk about your book here a little bit and reading your bio and a little bit about yourself. I'm really, really honored to have somebody of your belief in wanting to help other people, especially other kids like yourself in this world. So what I like to do, Ben, is I want to make sure that before we get going, why don't we just share a little bit about where you live, a little bit about your family. You know, we'll just talk about that for a moment. So I think it's important to see that full picture. So go ahead, Ben.
I live in Montville, New Jersey. I'm a 12th grader in high school, and I have 2 amazing parents as well as a wonderful brother, plus 2 schnauzers.
2 schnauzers? What type of dog is that? I'm trying to put a picture on it. What's a schnauzer?
They're small. They usually have curlier fur.
Okay.
They're kind of mustached. They're adorable.
Okay. Tell me about your brother. Is he older than you, younger than you?
A couple years, though, because I was held back a year. And we're only a grade apart.
Okay.
We're
We're
very close.
All right. Okay. And, one of the things I will get to in a little bit, but, what are some of your hobbies? What are the things you like doing? And then we'll get into about you and your book and your passion in writing. So
I love to read, write, obviously, spend time with my friends, and go on walks.
Okay. When you walk, do you like walking in nature or just walking just to experience the outside?
Just to experience the outside.
Okay, great. So let me ask you this, Ben. um, you're going to bring this up. You have autism, okay?
Yes.
And lots of people don't understand what that is. And there's different, I guess, what they call spectrums in the area of autism. And you mentioned something in your bio that you don't look at it as a curse. You look at it as a blessing. Um, can you share a little bit about you're no different than me, right? We all have gifts. We all have challenges in life. But share with the audience a little bit about that statement. You don't look at it as a curse. You look at it as a blessing. Can you share a little bit about that?
I have two specific reasons for this. Autism helps me tune out and just focus on my writing, as well as, give me a moment,
Sure.
and focus on my writing, as well as hold on to so many different storylines at once. I feel like because of that, autism has made me a writer. In fact, my brother, Jake, has told me that he thinks everyone on the spectrum has a superpower, and mine is my writing. The other thing is, I've made a lot of really good friends because of my autism who are also on the spectrum. Some There's one who's been my rock for 6 years, who I could not imagine my life without. Another who I recently became friends with, who loves to write too and is the most amazing poet you will ever meet. And the third is someone who's gone to camp and who I went to camp with and who's really good at making people laugh.
So, the autism allows you to, sort of tune things out, and it allows your creativity. And I call it your genius. We all,
Thank you.
yeah. And so we all have gifts and geniuses, but this allows you to. When did you recognize the gift of writing? When did you say, this is my thing? This is what I'm going to do. When did that occur? How old are you now? You're a senior in high school. That
I'm
makes you what?
18. I'll be 19 in a month, though.
Okay.
I've been writing since I was in 4th grade. I loved making up stories for as long as I can remember, or more accurately, at least when I was little. I like to rewrite shows and stories under different names. When I was 10, my mom kept referring to a story I wrote as a book by mistake, and that made me think, why not turn it into a book? So I started writing it down, and I realized writing was something I really liked.
You said you started writing at what grade?
4th.
Fourth grade. I didn't learn how to probably really be, I wasn't too excited about writing. So, but fourth grade, started writing and taking your imaginations, your thought, and putting it on paper and and writing is nothing more than a painting in words. Would you agree?
Snaps. That is something that I took lessons at Writopia, and whenever we hear something we really like, instead of clapping, we like to snap.
Okay. I figured that is a generational thing. My generation wouldn't know what snap is, but I'm gonna put that in my vernacular. Snap. That means that's a good thing.
It means, well, I'm not thinking of Snapchat, just something writers say. Snaps with an
Okay.
S.
Okay. Yeah. When I was started reading your book, Ben, I think you got a good book when you read the words and you see the picture manifest in your mind and your thinking. And your book does this, Ben. I just want to compliment you that that is a gift. That's a talent to take that thought, formulate the words, and mold them into a picture in words. I just want to let you know
Thank
uh,
you.
how powerful you are as a young talent moving forward. So,
Thank you so
um,
much.
yeah. So it brings tears to my eyes. I'm a pretty emotional guy. So that's tears of joy, tears of excitement on that because I recognize your gift. Okay. And it's a
Thank you
blessing.
so much.
It's a
That this is so sweet. It really means a lot.
thank you. But so you started writing in the fourth grade. And what type of things did you start writing about or just,
My first story, the one my mom kept referring to as a book, was a Jewish version of Harry Potter.
okay. Okay. So you had some influence of other writings, right? You love reading, right?
Yes, I do. In fact, I love collecting the books which have inspired specific stories of mine.
Okay. Okay.
I I have a couple of shelves of them at home, which I like to call my inspiration shelf. In addition to Harry Potter, I have a number of biographies plus A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, Bridge to Terabithia. Have you ever read that book?
What was that again, Ben? I didn't quite hear that.
Bridge to Terabithia.
No, that when I was your age, and um, I I didn't read too much, so no, that doesn't sound like a familiar.
An animal encyclopedia, a Disney collection,
Okay.
and a bunch of other books which I don't think were were around when you were a kid.
Good chance they
So,
weren't.
sorry if that's a little rude or ageist of me.
No, there's no problem, Ben. It's a reality. I've been on this earth a little longer, and but one of the things I do recognize the wisdom you have and what you're writing about. I would call you what is a wise soul that you were born with and endowed with a special talent, and I'm glad you found it, that you recognized it and you put it to work. So tell us a little bit about this book, the message behind the book. Of course, you never want to give the ending out, but a little bit about the book so that the audience gets a, a flavor of what this is. And we're going to encourage our audience to get resources, find out where you can get the book, or find out, it's, your Instagram at Ben Levin author, and of course his website. And I'm sure it's on Amazon as well.
Yeah, you can't get my book from Instagram, but you can get it from my website and Amazon and my publisher's website, jumpmasterpress.org.
Okay, great. Um, so let's talk a little bit about your book. What was the inspiration that caused you to say the thought that created the story? Because it all starts with one thought, right? And then we build off of that. So what was the first thought about this book that inspired you to write it and create it as you went?
In religious school, my rabbi showed me and my class a video in 8th grade about children in Florida who were facing homelessness. Seeing them struggling made me think to myself, I want to help. I then envisioned my main character, David Kimball, and decided to write down his story.
So that was the stimulating thing. Your spiritual teacher talked a little bit about um, the um, the issue of homelessness with kids, right? And that just sort of
He showed a video about
a
it,
video.
yes.
Okay, yeah. And how long did it take you to put the first full manuscript together? How long did it take you? And when did you write?
An hour and a half from the middle of 8th grade to shortly after the start of 10th, and not an hour and a half, a year and a half. Sorry.
Yeah, a year and a half. Okay. And that's in and around what all young people are doing. It's with school and family and friends and all that. So when did you write? What did you wake up in the morning inspired to write, or was there a special time of the day that you felt the most creative, or you just fit it in as you could? How did you do that?
I just fit it in as I could.
Okay. Okay. I know my wife writes, but she's only her gift comes out early in the morning. That's where she needs to be, in a quiet time, in a quiet space. And everybody,
Mine too.
yeah.
These days, I have a little more stricture around when to write. Like, I'm usually at my strongest before bed or early in the morning. I
Okay.
think one thing I've noticed is I write best under time crunches.
And and I tell you what, Ben, what your experience is, what everybody does. I think most people um, perform at that level, that they've got a timeline, but they sort of really put their focus and attention as that timeline shrinks down. You're no different than me or anybody else out there. Um, so, with regards to that, I know, talk a little bit about, do you want to inspire uh, other kids around the world? Are you talking kids in general? Or are you talking kids in the autistic space? Or share a little bit about what your purpose is to impact young people.
With my writing,
Yes.
I have 4 specific goals.
Okay.
My first goal is to bring happiness to others through my writing. My second goal, which was inspired by my friend Diago telling me that the fact my dream came true at a young age inspires him to work harder for his, is I want to show everyone that dreams can come true and that dreams aren't just myths. My third is to raise awareness for causes that are important to me, such as homelessness, through my writing. And my fourth is I want to be an example of how autistic people can do just as much as the non autistic community.
I tell you what, me working in the space of helping people get clear on what they want to do and why they do what they do, you've hit a home run, young man. You have. Are you still with me? Or frozen up there a little bit. You're
I'm
very
still
clear.
here.
And I'll just throw this out there, if you don't mind, Ben. This is an area a lot of people struggle. You're going to be an influencer to help not only non-autistic, but with this, because it's having that clear mental picture of the outcome you seek prior to getting. You're very clear of bringing happiness in it is part of your purpose in your writing. I mean, you're very clear.
Thank you.
And hopefully those that are out there, we got some people coming on. I'll just stop for a second here. Andrea is on, and she says, "Wow!" And she put some information up here. Thanks, Andrea, for jumping on. You may want to tell the audience who Andrea is. Okay.
Andrea is my
Okay.
publicist, and she is the reason why I've been getting more interviews than I can count. I really appreciate her for this and bringing my career farther than it's ever been. I love you, Andrea. Thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah, she's a special lady. When I met her in a network group, we connected, and yeah, she's a special lady. So you're very clear. You with happiness. That's most people I talk to can't identify what they really want out of life and what they want to impact. And we're here to impact people in a positive way. I believe that's our responsibility and the purpose in our life. We got a couple comments here. We got, I don't know, David J. Brown, but he says, great stuff, Ben. Do you know him?
David is one of my publicists. He helps me with my content, and he does a great job. I really appreciate how hard he's worked. I hope this doesn't get too personal, but we struggled a little with not seeing eye to eye and our differing voices, but we've made great progress with that over the past month. Thank you, David.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave. Hey, push and share this out with your audience as well. I know you're attuned to that. Andrea said, you're a rock star. Andrea said that. And this is one of my colleagues out there, Alana. She says this. Wonderful interview.
Thank you, Lana.
Yeah. Share this out, everybody. And, if you have any questions of Ben, just write them down, and, we'd be glad to address those any way we can. But I want to go sort of down your list a little bit, because I think it's important that you made a statement about your dreams, that they can come true, right? And that's a testament that when you have a dream and have a purpose, and you have people that have helped you in this area, I'm sure, because, we all need mentors and guides to help us move down the path, but very clear on that your dreams, if you set your mind on it and your heart on it, would you believe you can accomplish anything?
Absolutely.
No matter what labels we put on ourselves. Many times we just put our own labels on us. Mine was, I had some other labels I put on me that held me back, or you buy into the label and we live our life in that area. Go ahead.
I don't think labels hold us back. I think the way people judge us for our labels holds us back.
Teachers, please excuse the interruption.
Yeah.
Attention all students, we're hoping to see as many of you as possible out at tonight's football game, especially to celebrate
Ben's
our
at
seniors.
school, so he's
football
getting the
team,
announcement of what's happening on a
cheerleaders,
Friday
and
night
marching
at
band.
high school.
As a reminder, no backpacks, bags, or water containers may be brought to the game. And again, we ask that fans stay off the upper fields. You're there to watch the football game. Looking forward to seeing everyone there. Thank you.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So I don't know if that was the principal or the boys' dean or whatever. Let him know he's been live streamed today. Okay, that he's a rock star as well. So you made a very good point. We let what other people, how they interpret, hold us back. You hit it right on.
There is nothing wrong with our labels. We just need to not see them as a negative.
Exactly. Yeah, and that comes from a place of gratitude, is be grateful for what we have, not what we don't have, and focus on that. Then raising awareness, I think, of causes that you have identified that people need to know about and help and support. There's so much need out there in any area. And that is a very powerful reason to have in life. As a young person, I have met very few youngsters or young people, young adults, with the clarity that you have. So what are some of the causes that you want to make a difference in and contribute to or bring awareness to? What are some of those?
Homelessness, obviously. I also want to help end the stigma around autism.
Yeah.
And I care. And even though I've never written about it, I am concerned about climate change.
Okay. Good. And as we grow, we get clearer and clearer what the values that we want to help with, and I appreciate that that conviction to help those that need more help than us, right? So,
Absolutely.
and you made the last thing the example. What I sort of example meaning that what? That you want to be an example for what? You got happiness, dreams, raising awareness, and be an example of. I'm sorry.
I want to be an example of how autism is not a curse, it's a gift. I I did this program when I was younger called Sunrise, where the goal was to inspire me to want to connect with others. I was incredibly disconnected when I was really little.
Sure.
I did the program. It was wonderful and it gave me a lot of social skills. However, my family misinterpreted that the goal of the program was to remove my autism. We thought it did, and that gave me a lot of confusion. I, in eighth grade, after I switched schools, I got into an argument about whether or not you can recover from autism. And since that, and for years after that, I was scared to talk about it because I didn't want to be seen as a crazy liar. That was my official reason. But the other reason was because I thought autism made me less than human. Even thinking it was something I'd once had made me feel that way, and it felt redeeming until I realized it was keeping me from strengthening my friendships. It was stifling me. Redemption really doesn't mean denying what you are. Months later, after I realized this, I had a conversation with a close relative who saw me as still autistic, which helped me understand. The program gave me social skills, but it did not remove my autism. But the fact how and the fact that autism should be removed, it's harmful. Nobody should feel that way. Like it's liberating to rip a part of them out. And that is something I'm incredibly grateful for. Weeks after realizing this, like a month and a half later, I sh- I let I claimed my autism on Instagram. One of the best nights of my life. And a month ago at Rosh Hashanah, we I was watching a live service and the rabbi was talking about focusing on what we're grateful for. I got really emotional and decided to make a list. And when I got to the part about accepting my autism and no longer keeping it a secret, I am more grateful that that happened this year than I can say.
Ben, I tell you what, you're
And
bringing tears to my eye.
and I want to help make a difference. I want too many people on the spectrum feel the same insecurities I've felt about my autism, and there is still too much stigma and not enough acceptance for people on the spectrum. I want to help change that.
I'll make this comment. You're making a difference right now. Okay. You're making a difference right now. It's choking me up, young man. Okay. You're an inspiration. Your
Thank
message is
you so
powerful.
much.
And it goes back to my principle, what I know, and what your rabbi says is the power of gratitude under all circumstances, whether we've created them or the circumstances of life. Gratitude is a healer, and it's healed you. Would you agree? Healed your ability to look at yourself and look at what people say it is or it is not. Would you think gratitude had a great impact on your life? That thought, now that we're talking about it?
That is a very good question. I've never really thought of it that way. However, learning to be grateful for my autism made it possible for me to finally be able to accept I still have it and that I always will, knowing that it wasn't something that hurt me or made me an inferior human being.
You know, God created us all the same. We are all magnificent, and we're all magnificent. We all have potential. We all have genius, and we limit ourselves through rethinking and how we see ourselves. Go ahead, Ben.
I think that the line, "we are all the same," is beautiful. However, I have some concerns about it.
Please do
I
share.
feel like differences have to be acknowledged, like, I mean, different and seen. However, differences should be acknowledged, seen, and celebrated. Differences shouldn't divide us and make us look down on each other.
Oh wow.
Difference does what I'm. We have to see our differences and accept each other for having them.
You you are a young man with wisdom
Thank you.
beyond. You're coaching me, and you're impacting me, giving me a different perspective on my own personal view of thinking. So
You
awesome
gave
job.
me a different perspective too. I never saw it that gratitude made it possible for me to claim my autism, but now I do.
Good, good. Um, and David, thanks again for making your comments and working with Ben and molding helping him mold his path in life with his gift. You're a gift to him. You're going to be a gift to the rest of
Yes,
the
he
world
is.
collaboratively. That's, I think, the most important thing is we can really make an impact collaborative with people that have the same vision, purpose, and mission in life. And thanks, David, for your contribution in Ben's life, and same with Andrea as well. Ben, I tell you what, we're talking 45 minutes. You may have to get to class or something. You may get your principal coming down to your.
It's fine. Don't
Okay.
worry about it. I can talk for 13 more minutes, maybe even
Okay.
longer.
Okay. It's amazing. We usually schedule maybe 45 minutes an hour, and time flies when this forum. But one of the things, I know you got a number of books in the work. How many books do you have going? It's like, I guess you're painting different books at the same time. You work on one for a while and get inspired to write on this one. How many books you got going?
How many books have I written? How many
Yeah, how many
books
books you
am
got
I
written? How many in the
writing?
future?
I've written over 150 stories.
Oh,
Most of them are more skeletons of stories that need to be meted out. However, they are all, well, many of them are in series. I've written a lot of different plots. It's one of my favorite assets of myself. I sometimes feel shy when I say things like that, but it is.
great.
And
It's called humility.
and I'm writing 4 or 5 stories currently. A musical, a book about the Wright brothers, a book about World War II, a book about a reading and writing club.
Wonderful. we're getting down to the last few minutes here, but I would, in this process, you have a group of loving, supporting people in your life, but who's the most impactful person that's at this point in your life that has formed you and helped you believe in yourself and guided you? Who's
My
been the most?
mom.
Your mom? Yeah, your mom.
She's truly incredible, and she's really helped me in more ways than I can count, and my writing is no exception. She's helped me find good editors. She's an editor herself. She reads my stuff. She encourages me. She's also really caring. She means so much to me.
Well, good. One of the things that we're wrapping up here, Ben, is it's been a delight. You
Thank
have
you.
touched me, and I know you're touching other people that are watching this, and it'll be shared out. And we just want to make sure people know how to get a hold of you. And I'm going to make sure we got that. You can go to your website to get the book.
That's right.
Your Instagram is I don't know a whole lot about Instagram. Maybe you want to tell the audience what you do on Instagram. What's
It's a social media platform where
okay.
you share content and like each other's content and comment on it. It's a lot like Facebook.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, in any parting thoughts for yourself, anybody out there, one parting thought or wisdom or idea that you would like to share with the audience before we sign off here?
When you realize you have a dream, that's only the first step. The second step is working hard and following it. And the most important thing is to be grateful for the clarity to dream.
You said it again. It's amazing when I talk to people that are clear in who they are and what they're about. That word gratitude keeps coming up. It keeps coming up. And I think that's a testimonial of what is making you who you are. And here's Andrea's put up. I'm going to put this up here, the Instagram. And of course, we got that up as well. I hope we spelled it correctly. Thanks, Andrea. And then David has made this comment, a home run. You're a home run, man. You're a hero to me. Okay. A new hero. And I want to make sure we maintain relationship and connectivity. Okay.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Based on our agreement and our contract, I'm going to put you back in the blue room and enjoy those blue M&Ms you requested. That's my private.
What?
That's my private. Ben, that's my private joke. It's like in Hollywood, they got the blue room and
I am a pretty literal person, and since I'm not allowed to eat M&Ms, that's kind of
that's just what would you call it? You probably got better words than I got. Yeah, but it's just an idea, and it's just fun, and I've enjoyed this interview. I've done many, and this one has touched me in a very special way, and I'm here to support you and your cause in any way I can. Never hesitate to reach out. Okay. And I'll support you in your cause, your message, because I think it's so important that people become comfortable with the things we talked about. And because we all have a gift and a talent, and how do we nurture that? And that's only through love and compassion with our fellow humans, right? So with that, I'm going to put you in the back room and I'm going to roll it out. Tell people what that is again. Snaps. Share one more time what snaps is, so that the older population out here could get it. When they see that, they know what that means.
When writers hear something they really like or see someone do a great job, they like to snap instead of clap.
Okay, got it. I got it. So, Ben, stay in the. Don't log off, and I'm just going to wrap up, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
And I want to make sure I get some information from you as well. I'm going to put you in the back room, and we'll go from there. Give me a couple minutes here. Unbelievable. This gives me a different perspective on autism and the value and the wisdom and the talents and the gifts that every human being has. But he just reaffirmed his vision, and clearer than most of my clients can articulate. So, Ben, you did a wonderful job. I'm glad to have you on as a participant today. And yeah, Ben hit a home run. So reach out and get his book. The information scrolling across the bottom here. And need anything, Ben, just reach back to me. And but again, G is for gratitude. Be grateful for this moment, because it's all that we really have and can relate to. And how we deal with is going to dictate the next moment in our life, whether it be 10 minutes from now, 5 years from now, down the road. What we do and how we address this moment dictates our future. So again, I'm so grateful I've been on. So until next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'll be diving into some new lessons in and around gratitude. And I'll get some other guests coming in, which I'll announce next week. But everybody have a great day. But more importantly, go make it a great day. It is with gratitude. Thanks for being here. I got to find this exit. Here we go.